Nature Walk. Shout out to each and every one of y'all that's in the building. Mike Sports Vibes Balling. Thank you for vibing with me. The conference semifinals in the NBA is on fire right now. The NBA playoffs is, man, this is the best it's been in a very long time. There's so many series right now that can go either way. We're going to start it with the Boston Celtics and the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks took game one. And I ain't going to lie, man. Them Boston Celtics, they lost in overtime. They went, what did they go from three? They were bricking from chick. Yo, listen, they was bricking for chicken all dang old game. They were 15 of 60, shooting 25% from three. They shot 25% from three. And this is just a perspective from a Sixer fan. I'm just keeping it real. I love NBA basketball. Even though my Sixers ain't make the playoffs, we going to make it next year. But it just sucks that. What's going on, Skylar? Shout out to you. Appreciate you vibing with me. Yeah, it's just crazy that getting back to this game, for them to shoot the three that many times and lose by three in overtime, that goes to show you how good the Celtics are. I know that sounds crazy to say. The Celtics could have easily won this game if they would have made a couple more threes. The Celtics were just so bad from three. It's like, dude, if you missing that many times, why are you still shooting the three? Why aren't you driving to the lane? Why aren't you shooting mid-range jump shots? Why are you still bricking for chicken all dang on day when you're 15 for 60, 15, let me just make sure, 15 of 60, out of 60 shots, you made only 15, and you still tried to shoot the three. So they lost 108 to 105, and let's start with Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown has some moments, has some good moments and some bad moments. The bad moments is when he shot the three. Jaylen Brown shot the three 10 times and only made one. That's just not good enough. Jaylen Brown is a better player a way better player than that. If you shoot the ball from three 10 times and only make one, come on, bro, change it up, bro. He did have 23.7 rebounds and 5 assists, but come on, bro. And then Jason Tatum was bricking for chicken too. He was 4 of 15 from three. Jason Tatum has to step his game up. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have to step their game up. Porzingis has 0 points. Porzingis has 0 points in 14 minutes. He didn't bring anything to the game at all. But all that being said, they still could have won this game. Shooting so bad from three, and they almost won this game. Now, this would have been a terrible loss for the Knicks if they would have lost this game with the Boston Celtics only shooting 25% from three. If that would have happened, that would have been a terrible loss for the New York Knicks. But I'm so glad the Knicks won this game because it's well-deserved, man. And let me give a big shout-out to, and listen, this is a Sixer fan giving you my honest perspective. Jalen Brunson is one of the most clutch players in the NBA. Matter of fact, I'll give you one better. He's probably the most clutch player in the NBA. He's not one of the most clutch players. I think Jalen Brunson is probably the most clutch players in the NBA. He had 29 points. OG Anunoby had 29 points. But let's stick with Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson made some crucial threes, a couple of threes at the end of the game. He missed that little floater that could have won the game before overtime. But Jalen Brunson, and he smiled because he knew he makes that shot in his sleep. Jalen Brunson is the real deal. And for him to separate himself from Luka to go to New York and become a star, a superstar in today's NBA, I'm a Sixer fan giving him credit. Like, Jalen Brunson is that dude. He is really that dude. And Drew Holiday And the Boston Celtics, they was like, yo, they was really, Jalen Brunson wasn't doing all that in the first half. Drew Holiday in the Boston Celtics were playing elite defense on him. But it didn't matter. When it counted the most, you know what time it is. When it's time to win, Jalen Brunson came through. It didn't matter how great of defense Drew Holiday played. It didn't matter who was guarding him. You know what I mean? Did not matter. He said, I'm not sure what that means, dude. But yeah, man. That was a very, very clutch shot that Jalen Brunson was making at the end of the game. But let's get to OG Anunoby. If it wasn't for OG, man. If it wasn't for OG, he made 2 clutch threes. I think it was in overtime. Or was it in the fourth quarter? I don't know what part of the game, but he made back-to-back threes. And OG Anunoby put the team on his back when they needed someone else to score because Towns was not playing. Towns was just, oh my goodness. Towns, all right, so early on Towns was scoring points, but he got in foul trouble early. Towns got in foul trouble and it kind of messed up the rhythm, messed up his game. So they had to have someone else step up. Mikal Bridges struggled all day. So OG Anunoby did his thing offensively, you know what I mean, and scored 29 points. But there was a point of the game, I forgot what point it was, where he made back-to-back threes and pretty much, you know what I mean? I don't know if it was to tie the game up or to push the lead up a little bit more, but OG Anunoby, I think OG Anunoby and Jalen Brunson are the players of the game for game 1 in the semifinals. Definitely. Play it like them two together did their thing, because if it wasn't for OG, they would have lost this game. If it wasn't for Jalen Brunson, they would have lost this game because Towns did not bring it because he got in foul trouble early. Mikal Bridges did not bring it offensively at all. Mikal Bridges he was 3 of 13 from the field. He had 8 points, but he had the game-winning steal. So he came through when it counted the most. He had the game-winning steal. By the way, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I cover the Sixers, I cover the Phillies, and I cover the NBA playoffs on this channel. Shout out to each and every one of y'all. I'm roughly about 7 subscribers away from my first 400 subscribers on this channel. Shout out to each and every one of y'all that's in the building. And I will be doing card reveals as well. And right now I'm just talking about the NBA playoffs and giving you my honest perspective from a Sixer fan. Now, I want to say this right now. Mikal Bridges, yes, he did not have a good game until the end of the game. He had that steal/strip, and he ended the game. But Mikal Bridges got to step his game up big time because I still give the slight edge to the Celtics to win this series overall. Now, if the Knicks can somehow win game 2 in Boston, now my whole mindset just changed when it comes to the series. But I just feel like Celtics are just so good. It's just like they made it so complicated in this last game. They just kept shooting threes. It's like, dude, why are you shooting so many threes and y'all not making them at a high percentage? So then you got but that's pretty much the game, honestly. Jason Tatum didn't come through in overtime. Jaylen Brown didn't come through in overtime, and Porzingis had 0 points all game. And Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges made that last steal at the end. They won the game, and they deserved to win that game. The defense, the perimeter defense for the New York Knicks, let's give credit when credit is due. Yes, the Boston Celtics were bricking for chicken all game, but a lot of it is because of the defense of the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks perimeter defense was very, very good. For the Boston Celtics, one of the best three-point shooting teams to shoot only 25%. They shot 25% all game. They were 15 of 60 from 3. So I got to give credit when credit is due when it comes to the New York Knicks perimeter defense. But yeah, Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby definitely went hard, man. They went hard in the paint, man. Clutch threes, clutch baskets, playing defense as well. I got to give credit when credit is due, man. The New York Knicks went into Boston and stole game one, and now all the pressure is on Boston Celtics to win game two. All the pressure is on them. And we'll see what happens. We'll see if the Boston Celtics could be dethroned. You know what I mean? We'll see if the New York Knicks can keep on winning. We shall see. But let's get to another game that happened a couple of days ago. It was the Cavaliers versus the Pacers. And I'm gonna keep it short with them because I think they play today, right? So the Cavs versus Pacers. Cavs lost 121 to 112. Now I'm gonna say this right now. The Pacers are like a very underrated team. They're very deep, and I still got the Cavs winning the series. I'm gonna keep it real, but I gotta give credit when credit is due. The Pacers are no joke, and for them to win Game One against the Cavs, for them to win Game One in Cleveland, is a very big red flag for the Cavs. Even though I do think the Cavs can take one in Indiana, they cannot go into Indiana down 0-2. They have to win Game 2. The Cavs have to win Game 2. And pretty much the game was like this. I'm going to just keep it real. The Pacers, role players balled out, right? And Tyrese Haliburton, Siakam did their thing. Nembhard did his thing as well. Neesmith did his thing, but Nembhard really was balling. But the ball movement for the Pacers is one of the best ball movements in all of basketball. They got a lot of easy shots. They were making a lot of their threes. They just made the game look so easy. So the Cavaliers perimeter defense was absolutely horrible all game, and the Pacers were making their shots. You give them the easy shot, you leave them wide open, they're going to make it. So the Cavaliers in Game 2 of the conference semifinals, they have to play better perimeter defense. They have to, because the Pacers are a good three-point shooting team. But then you got Siakam making a couple of threes. In the beginning of the game, he made 2 threes. Siakam is not a good three-point shooter. So that's a red flag. If you got Siakam making threes early on in the game, you might be in trouble. The Siakam's an overall good player, and he got in his bag early. So that's, man. And then when you talk about the Cavs, I'm not sure about what's going on with Garland. I'm a little bit concerned with Garland. No, a lot of concern when it comes to Garland because I think it's a toe injury. I don't know when he's coming back. And shout out to Big Task in the building. Shout out to you. Congratulations to all the Knicks fans. Y'all definitely earned Game 1. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I cover NBA playoffs. I'm a Sixer fan giving you my honest perspective. I do play-by-play for the playoffs, play-by-play for the Sixers, and play-by-play for the Phillies as well if you're into baseball. But man, that like getting back to the Pacers and the Cavs. When it comes to Donovan Mitchell, he has to be more clutch when it counts the most. When it comes to the Cavs in general, their defense is why they lost this game against the Pacers in Game 1. Let's just keep it real. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to try to make the Cavalier fans feel good about themselves. Their defense was not good in the perimeter. The Cavs' defense was terrible against the Pacers, and I understand the ball movement from the Pacers is very good. But man, y'all gotta play better perimeter defense, or y'all not beating the Pacers. I got the Cavs still winning the series. I still got the Cavs winning. But I'm hoping Garland could come back. I'm hoping, and Mobley had a very good game. Donovan Mitchell had a good game overall. Spider had a good game overall. But when it counted the most, he did not ball out. We need someone else to step up, man. If Garland's not going to play, who's going to take those minutes and produce those points that Garland would bring? You got to replace Garland's production offensively somehow, some way. So this is going to be tough, man. The Cavs got to win. I think they play tonight. I will be possibly live for the Timberwolves versus who the Timberwolves play? Versus the Warriors. And that's a 50-50 coin flip. I don't know who's winning that series. That series right there is going to be another good series. Like, the conference semifinals in the NBA is legit, man. The conference semifinals in the NBA is legit. A lot of good matches. But yeah, man, it's a lot of big L's for a lot of teams. The Cavs took an L. You know what I'm saying? The OKC Thunder took a L. You know what I'm saying? Boston took a L. So, and look, and all these teams that won, they deserve it, man. I ain't taking nothing from the Pacers. I'm not taking nothing from the Nuggets. I'm not taking nothing from the Knicks, man. The Knicks came in there in Boston and did what they had to do. Point blank, period. Now, when it comes, let's get to the other game. And I'm going to keep going back and forth depending on what y'all talk about in the chat. But the Nuggets beat the Thunder 121 to 119. Let me just say this right now. I think they need to change the MVP conversation. I know the MVP is a regular season award, but why don't they do it for a whole season award, bro? Like, no. Matter of fact, it's a regular season award until after the second round, in my opinion. That's how they should do it, because this is a second round matchup between SGA and Jokic. I feel like whoever wins this series should be the MVP of the regular season. I know, it's a regular season award, but man, oh man, let me give a big shout out to SGA and Jokic for yesterday's game performance. But Jokic, oh my goodness, the Nuggets deserve that dub. The Nuggets, I love the leadership of Jokic, man. I love the leadership of Jokic. I know there was like a timeout and he was pretty much not really fussing at his team, but really telling them like, yo, do this and do that. And they listened to him. Jokic had, what he had? He had 42 points and like 22 rebounds, bro. Jokic is a freaking dog, bro. And then Aaron Gordon hit the clutch three in the fourth quarter. Aaron Gordon was absolutely amazing. He was 22. He had 22 points and 14 rebounds. He was amazing as well. See, my whole thing about the Thunder, right? So you're going against a different animal. You're going against a different animal going against the Nuggets. They got too many players, man. Jamal Murray did his thing, right? That's not it, though. When you talk about Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., who am I missing? I'm missing someone. What's the other? There's a few players. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Because I know they had double-digit points. So Michael, Jamal, who else? Westbrook. I forgot about Westbrook. Westbrook is bringing that energy, y'all. Listen, and I'm going to give a big shout out to the crowd of OKC, Oklahoma. They gave a standing ovation. They said MVP for Westbrook. I don't know why people hate on Westbrook so much, and they call him Westbrick. I think that was Skip Bayless that came up with that nickname. Westbrook is going to be in the Hall of Fame when he retires. Westbrook is that dude. Shout out to the fan base for giving standing out, just clapping for that man. That man did his thing. So Westbrook brought that energy. But man, Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter, and Jamal Murray, they did what they had to do to get that dub. And when you talk about the Thunder, who's going to be the second best player on the Thunder? Because Alex Caruso cannot be your second best player. First and foremost, Jalen Williams, you only had 16 points, bro. Listen, bro. If you the second best player on the Thunder, bro, you need to average 20-something points a game, bro. Nothing less than that, bro. 20-something points a game. Your second leading scorer should not be Alex Caruso. I love Alex Caruso. I think he's a dog on defense, even though he probably lost a step. He was amazing on offense. He had 20 points and like 6 assists. But your second best player is Jalen Williams, and Jalen Williams did not show up. He did not show up against the Nuggets, bro. Let's keep it real. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to keep it all the way 1,000. He did not show up. SGA had 33 points. He had like 10 rebounds and 8 assists. He had a good game. But when it counted the most, the Nuggets made the plays, bro. They made the shots. So I got to get credit when credit is due. Now let's get to my guy Big Taz. My guy Big Taz says Jalen Brunson is MVP. Oh, he ain't MVP of the regular season, but he's definitely the MVP of the playoffs right now, bro. I cannot hate on what you're saying, bro. Jalen Brunson is probably the most clutch player in the NBA. I put him above almost every player right now. Right now, when it comes to clutchness. Like, that man is clutch. But let's give credit to OG Anunoby as well, bro. Let's give credit to OG Anunoby because we know Towns. Y'all know how I feel about Towns. I think Towns is a straight-up monster when he wants to be. He was playing really good early on, and he got in foul trouble. So he couldn't get back in the rhythm. But OG Anunoby kept the Knicks afloat. That's the reason why. Shout out to T.Y. Salute to y'all. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. I am 6 subscribers away from the big 400 400 subscribers. I cover the Sixers. I cover the Phillies. I cover the NBA playoffs. I do card reveals. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Share. Shout out to each and every one of y'all that's in the building. We talking about the NBA playoffs, and I'm giving you my honest perspective from a Sixer fan perspective on what's going on. But yeah, Jalen Brunson won Clutch Player of the Year. He should have got the award. If there's a such thing of award like that, he should have got the award because he was amazing. He's been amazing all season, but I don't like the flopping, but the man's a very good player, and I can't hate on Bull. I can't hate him. He's a very good player. But OG Anunoby really saved y'all. Him and OG Anunoby. Because like I said, if Towns was in his bag, this could be a very interesting series, and which it is because they won game 1. But man, the dang on Boston Celtics shot 25% from 3, 15 of 60. They were bricking for chicken all dang on game. I ain't never seen so many bricks in my life from 3, bro. I have never witnessed that. They was bricking so much. Bro, they could have built a whole dang on house with so many bricks they was throwing up. They could have built a whole townhouse with all the bricks they was throwing up all game. My whole thing is this. Why wasn't there no adjustments and stop shooting all these dang on threes? Why are they just living and dying by the 3, bro? The Boston Celtics are very, very good overall. They have 2 of the best wing players in the NBA. Why aren't they trying to drive in the paint? Why aren't they trying to shoot mid-range jump shots? Why are they? I don't know, bro. And it's crazy that they were so bad from 3 and still they lost, which they should have lost, but they only lost by 3. So if they would have made a couple of threes, they would have won this game. And that's what's the scary thing about it. They're gonna look back and say, "Yo, we shot 25% and almost won this game." I'm so glad the Boston Celtics lost this game because I'm tired of all these teams thinking that threes are the only way you could win a game. It's not the only way to win a game. And I'm glad the New York Knicks won that game, bro. They deserved that. OG Anunoby and Mikal. Yeah, Mikal Bridges at the end of the game with that steal. He stripped Bull and stole the ball. I got to give credit when credit is due. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Everybody that's in the building, hit the like button. Show a brother some love. I cover the Sixers. I cover the Phillies. And I also cover the NBA playoffs. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I'm 6 subscribers away from 400 subscribers on this channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. But yeah, OG Anunoby was amazing. But yeah, Mikal Bridges got that strip. Was it a strip, a steal at the end of the game? And the game was over. Let's just keep it real. The game was over when Mikal Bridges stole that ball, but let's keep it real. Mikal Bridges got to step his game up offensively. Mikal Bridges got to step up. He was 3 of 13 from the field. He only had 8 points. He did have the game-winning steal. I'm not taking that from him. But Mikal Bridges got to step his game up because I'm telling you right now, this series is not over. This series is not over by any stretch of the imagination. If you think this series is over, don't think it. Knicks fans, be excited about what y'all got going on. But this series is not over. The series is not over. Now, if you win game 2, y'all got a big chance of winning this series. But the Boston Celtics are coming. Now, let's see what the New York Knicks is going to do. Because you know Boston Celtics are going to bring their A game. They're going to try their hardest. This is like game 7 for them. Now, let's see if the New York Knicks, if they lose the game, okay, they got 2 games in New York. Take care of home. And if you go up, if you go to game 5, being up 3-1, I got New York Knicks winning. But I can see Boston Celtics beating New York in New York. So they have to, listen, don't make this like, oh, we're going to just try to win the game at home. No, try to win game 2. Put the nail in the car. Listen, bro, try to knock out the Boston Celtics in game 2 and beat them in Boston. Be up 2-0 going to New York. Yes, y'all not going to sweep. Y'all not sweeping the Boston Celtics. So even if y'all go up 2-0, they're going to win one of these games, right? And then you can go, and then you can get it. You can get it to, you can win in game 5 or game 6 or whatever. But I hope the New York Knicks has that mindset like, yo, we're not just not going to just, oh, game 2, we did our job, we split. We're not just going to just give them an easy win. Nah, don't get blown out in Boston. The playoffs is a game of momentum. Every game is adjustments. So they're going to make their adjustments, right? I want to see what the New York Knicks are going to do in game 2 for them to actually have a chance to beat the Boston Celtics They have to bring it every game. And I'm calling out Towns. I'm calling him out, and I'm calling out Mikal Bridges. Them two got to ball out, especially Towns. Towns been, I don't know what's going on with Towns. He said, but yeah, Mikal Bridges definitely got that steal at the end of the game. That was amazing. Tonight we got, I think we got the Cavs. We got the Cavs and Pacers, and I think we got the Timberwolves and the Warriors, which I honestly, I don't know who's winning that game. I don't know who's winning those games. To be honest with you, I'm probably going to do the play-by-play for the Timberwolves. But we shall see. But I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. I don't know who's winning that series. I have no clue. This is why the second round is so much better than the first round, because the second round matchups literally could go either way. I love Steph Curry as a player in Jimmy Butler and Green, right? And when you go to the other side, when you talk about the Timberwolves, they're a deeper team. I love Ant-Man as a player. Julius Randle balling out. Naz Reid is balling out. Jaden McDaniels is balling out. The list goes on. Walker, you know what I mean? They balling out. So that could go either way, bro. But yeah, shout out to the Nuggets, man. That was a hard, they've been very, they had the hardest matchups. They go against the Clippers, beat the Clippers in Game 7, and then mess around and beat the Thunder in Game 1. That's a big deal, bro. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I only got 5 likes, and I got like 18 people in the building. Show a brother some love. I know I'm a Sixer fan. Show a brother some love and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm about 6 subscribers away from getting to that big 400 subscriber mark. Subscribe to your boy. I cover the Sixers. I cover the Phillies. I cover the NBA playoffs. And I also do card reveals. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's definitely going down. Appreciate all the support, appreciate all the love. But yeah, man, this is definitely one of those playoffs. NBA playoffs this year is very, very lit. The NBA playoffs, the conference semifinals is very good. And I'm excited, man. I'm very excited. By the way, as a Sixer fan, I'm looking forward to May 12th. Because on May 12th is the ping pong. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see if the Sixers keep their first round pick. If they keep their top 6 pick, if they pick within 6, they keep their pick. Anything after 6, it goes to OKC. So we're going to see what happens with that. But shout out to each and every one of y'all that's in the building. What's on your mind, man? Talk to me in the chat. What is on your mind? What series should we talk about? What's on your mind? Is it the Knicks on your mind? Is it the Celtics? Is it OKC? Is it the Nuggets? What's on your mind right now? Do you think that the Timberwolves have a chance against the Warriors? Do you think the Warriors are the favorites in the series? What do you honestly think? Because as a Sixer fan, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I have no clue what's gonna happen in the playoffs. Like, the playoffs is so lit. The playoffs is so good this season. I wasn't expecting to see such good second round matchups. Like, I can't believe that all the top teams lost their first game in the semi-conference finals. Like, when you talk about the Cavs losing, the Boston Celtics losing, OKC losing, like, it's crazy, man. Pleasantly surprised. But shout out to everybody that's in the building. I'm not sure. Hopefully y'all having a wonderful day. But yeah, man. The Thunder, they got a lot of work to do, man. Because listen, this is a battle-tested team. The Nuggets are a battle-tested team. And Jalen Williams is going to have to step up. He has to. He has to be the second best player on OKC. Or they're not getting past the Nuggets. And I'm just keeping it real. But shout out to y'all. I'm just taking this nature walk. But man, I can't believe the Celtics really lost that game, though, man. That's so funny. I don't know how many points they was up by. I think the Celtics were up by like 15 points, 17 points at one point in the game. And they was bricking for chicken. I can't believe they shot 25% from three. Like, I can't believe they shot the three 60 times and missed and only made 15. Like, that's crazy. Like, as a Sixer fan, listen, I just like great basketball, but that's not great basketball, bro. For you to miss that many threes, is crazy work, man. And as a Sixer fan, looking at the Boston Celtics, it's like, what? Y'all gonna be up that much throughout the game, and y'all bricked so many times. Y'all bricking for chicken left and right from three. It don't matter where you shot the three, the corner three, up top. It don't matter. It was bricking for threes all dang on game. All game. They lost because they kept shooting threes. It's crazy, man. Crazy work, man. Crazy work. But shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I cover the Philadelphia 76ers. I also cover the Philadelphia Phillies. I also cover the NBA playoffs and breaking news for the NBA. If there's any big-time breaking news, I will cover it on Mike Sports Vibes, Ballin'. Thank you for vibing with me. Salute to everybody that's in the building. And as always, God bless and be easy. Peace out, y'all. I'm out.